What is going on, guys? Sickness here. I wanted to make the new map easy for you guys to understand, so this is a pretty easy setup tutorial for the new map, ZETSUBOU no SHIMA. This is basically how to set yourself up for the whole game, get the power on permanently and all that goodness. Some of you guys are probably still confused on how to get it on permanently, so I'm basically going to show you. So the first thing you need to do is you need to come over here and fill up your bucket. Obviously, the buckets are the spawn room. It's that blue bucket on the ground. You grab the bucket, you fill it up with water from the 115 areas, and then once you do that, you have to come up to this building, Laboratory B, and you have to go into the building. Once you're in here, you just have to put it in the power spot right there. Boom, there you go. First one's done. Now you want to go over to the next area, which is Laboratory A, and do the exact same thing. Both laboratories do have an element 115 rock system with a little bit of water, so you can fill it up there so you don't have to keep walking across the map to constantly fill it up and stuff, which is really convenient because you wouldn't want to have to go from all the way over here way down to there just to fill up or turn the power on, because the power is not exactly permanent. It only lasts for about 3 or so minutes unless you have it permanently on, which I will be showing you how to do. So basically all you have to do is turn on these two generators first, obviously with the liquid and stuff, and just kill that zombie because he's a fruitcake. Ooh, thanks for the free piece. So power on that one as well. And at this point, you now have the Division 9 area open. The Division 9 bunker is now open and accessible. Now, keep in mind, the second you open the Division 9 bunker, you will have 2 or 3 fires zombies spawning in, as well as that boss zombie right there. So you do have to pay attention to that. So, as you can see, about 3 spawned right there. I'm going to have to deal with this little monster mother trucker, because, he doesn't exactly like me. Although, I don't think he likes my brecci too much, so not really worried about that. Let's just fight him off real quickly. Or you can take him, yeah, go ahead. Aw, son of a trucker. I did not want that to happen at all. Alright, there we go. So, once he's killed, you actually have to come into the room to your left, and there's a bit of a challenge that you have to perform doing this. So, basically, for this part, you want to have just one zombie left, and you also want to have at least one good gun on you. You can use a Vesper if you want to, but I highly recommend buying a gun that's a lot better than this, such as the KN-44 off the wall or something like that, or even a Kuda could do the trick. So I personally prefer the Kuda. I hate when that game freezes. That's been happening like 3 times so far. I don't know how that screws up my video or whatever, but I've had that glitch happen a couple times. So at this point, you really just want to save like 1 or 2 zombies. You don't want to have more than that, because if you have more than that, it can get you killed, as this is a survival challenge. So I'm just going to go ahead and kill off that zombie. I am going to use the Kuda for this, as it is better for this challenge, and you'll see the challenge in just a moment here. But what you want to do is you want to come over here to this part where it's all like watery. You can go ahead and slash off this web if you want, but you'll notice generator 3 is still not done. You go underwater here to this web, hack and slash off at the web, boom. Once you do that, get some air real quickly, go down again, and then you want to come to this corner. This is the best place that I find, at least. All you have to do, kill the zombies. Survive until this is done. Because as you guys can see, the gate that we came through originally is currently closed off. We cannot get back through, which means that obviously we're trapped in here. But these air holes will definitely keep you alive as long as you can kill the zombies fast enough, which is the survival aspect of this challenge. Now, the round ended. However, the door is still not open. You have to keep going. So pop your air, drop back down, keep surviving the best that you can until you see that gate drop. Once that gate drops, you're good to go. So I think it's just about to be done. Let's see. It should be done momentarily. There we go. It finished. Let's go ahead and go right through it. Boom. Now we go up through the air. We hit the power, and we're good to go. Power is now officially on, and you can buy all the perks that you want, like Juggernog, Speed Cola, Double Tap, and Quick Revive, aka the 4 primaries. And the next step at this point is to really get your parts for your gas mask, your shield, your machine tools, and your KT4. And I'll be explaining to you guys how to do that right now. Alright, so we're going to start off with the shield here, which is scattered across 3 different locations. Now, each location has 2 specific spots where the shield part can be found. I haven't seen more than 2 spots for each part. So the first one being Lab A. Now, this one is actually right underneath the building. It can either be on the wall over here next to the blue canister light, whatever you want to call it, that wall right there, or In this case, it's going to be right on the wall next to the Cuda. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. That is our first part. Then we're going to go ahead and move around this guy because apparently he wants to kick my ass, but that's not going to happen. The next part you want to go find is the piece on the left side, the piece that looks like a window or whatever. I don't really know what it's called, but all you got to do is come into Division 9 Laboratories or Bunker, whatever you want to call it, and it's either right here against this little corner spot right here, you can see it, boom, or it's somewhere in this general area. You know, it's a small area, so it shouldn't be too hard to find, but a shortcut that I'm going to give you guys is to buy that door for 500 points. It gets you to the next location very fast. Just go ahead and slide down here, and the final part of the shield can either be of one of two spots. This tree right here, right beside that little green light, or it's going to be found on this little bump when you actually come down from that like little high jump spot right there, and it's on the wall right here. Pick it up, bam. And the best place to actually craft this thing is up in this laboratory right here, Laboratory B. Just go ahead and go all the way up to the middle part and build the zombie shield right here, and bam, you have your zombie shield. Moving on to the next part, which is your gas mask. Alright, so now for the gas mask pieces, there are once again 3 different locations and 2 different spots per location for these pieces. First one being over here by the downed propellers. There are 2 spots for this, one being right here on top of these cloths, right where this hook is. The second one being right over here on the rocks. As you can see, in this case, it is on the rocks, so we're going to go ahead and grab that one. The second part being in the Division 9 bunker. So all you have to do for this one is head over to where you completed the power room challenge thing, where you have to turn on the power, but instead of going underground, we're going to turn left into this room right here, and it's either going to be on this table right here next to this toolbox, or it's going to be on this rock right here. We're going to grab that and move on to the third and final piece, which is actually going to be over by the Laboratory B. Now, quick shortcut for this, if you guys don't want to spend time running all the way over there, you can simply just come up here to where this turret is and the KN-44 is, run over to this little slide piece right here, and just head down here, and you're pretty much already at the third and final piece, which has 2 different spots for it, one being on this table right here, and as you can see, it is not here, and the other one being on this little box or crate, whatever you want to call it, right here. We're going to go ahead and grab that, and you can pretty much build it on any buildable table in the map. The next piece being the machine tools. Alright, now for the machine tools parts, all 3 of them will be located within the Division 9 bunker. For those of you who have no idea what that is or where it is, just look for the number 9 on the wall right there. Once you found that, it's the door to the right. All you gotta do is go straight in, past the Juggernog machine to this computer room, head to the left-hand side, and the first door on your left, you want to walk through it, and this is the same exact room where you did that challenge underwater earlier. All you have to do is go swimming again, and just where you hacked and slashed at those webs, the part's going to be right there. You may have to go up for air. I recommend that too. Just grab the part when you can. Boom. Once you have that part, get out of there and head to the next area, which is going to be another underwater swimming section. Now, this one's a little bit more of a challenge, but at the same time, it's a lot more fun. All you have to do is come to the back side of the pack-a-punch machine that you see right here. There's a door. Just go right through the door to the test lab or whatever this room is where all these creatures are at. Head over to the right side and just drop down to this bottom section where it's a bit of a flood in the basement. You'll see a door where Mule Kick is. Just go right through this door. To the right, you'll see this little cave that is completely flooded out. Head straight into the tunnel and swim to the right side. At the first air bubble, pop your head up, and then you can check and see if the part's here. If it is not here, move on to the next area, which is over here. Now, if it doesn't happen to be in this spot either, which is right here, you'll want to check over to this air bubble spot, where you can see this writing on the wall, which was translated. Just look at Mr. Waffle Waffle's channel if you're interested about that. But it could be either right here against these rocks or right here against this plant. So that's the 2 spots so far. The final one is actually a bit of a guessing game. Now, for the final part of the machine tools, for this one, all you have to do is go to the right side of the computer room when you first walk in and head over to the dead body room where all the dead bodies are kind of cuddled up in a body bag, and just keep stabbing them one at a time like I've already gone through and done. Now, every time you stab one, you will drop a zombie and you will have to kill it, but you will eventually stab the one that drops this part as well. And once you do that, just go ahead and grab it. And once you have that grabbed, all you have to do is come over to the middle section of this bunker where these lights are. Go ahead and start draining the water. It's very simple. Just press square on all 3 of them and you have drained the water. And the Pack-a-Punch will now be accessible for you to use, as you can see. So the last part is the KT4, which I will start explaining to you guys right now. Alright, so for the final buildable, the KT4, the first part is only acquirable through killing a zombie. Now, in order to get this specific zombie to spawn, you have to have the power fully on by doing that underwater challenge thing. And as you guys can tell, this zombie right here has a green glow on the backside of it, so as soon as I kill it, it will drop the part. Now, just like any magic drop, you only have about 30 seconds or so to pick it up before it disappears, so you do want to keep your eye out for it, but just go ahead and kill that zombie, and when you see that part drop, just walk up to it and pick it up like you would any other buildable part. Boom! On to part 2. Alright, so for the second part of the KT4, you actually need to have a spider. Now, once you have the spiders, all you have to do is go to one of the laboratories and go up to the top section, call down or lower the cage, and once you lower the cage, go down to where it lowers itself too, and if there's this purple smoke in there, which is the spider bait, all you have to do is attract a spider to get inside the cage. Obviously, once the spider is inside the cage, you want to go back up to the top of the laboratory and raise the cage. Now, it may not work at this particular spot, at this lab, so if it does not work at this lab, simply just go to the other lab. Now, once you have it raised, this will just inject it with whatever that was, and you'll have a fuse box full of purple smoke from the spider cage. And it's simple as that. You now have part 2 for the KT4. Alright, so for the final part of the KT4, you have to go back to the exact same spot you went to for the first piece of the machine tools. Now, I can't tell you guys how many games I had to play to make this video for you guys, so if you enjoyed it or found it in any way informative, please leave a like rating. It would help me out so much, and I put a lot of work into this video. But instead of only going halfway through for this piece, you actually have to go to the very end of this tunnel inside this blue section. Now, one thing I strongly recommend doing is shooting at the spore right there, because shooting at the spore will actually release oxygen, which in turn will allow you to breathe for a longer duration of time. And if you do not have Juggernog, like you can see that I don't, it's incredibly crucial. Otherwise, you will 100% die. So after you've collected that final part, just get out of the water. Alright, now that you have your third and final part for the KT4, all you want to do is leave the underwater tunnel and come back to this little flooded area. Once you've done that, just come over to this table and create the formula on this desk. As you can see, it's doing its thing. And once it is done, all you have to do is walk up to it and take it, and you're good to start using it. So have fun with it. And yeah, at this point, you are all set up. Now, I do have one thing that I wanted to show you guys that I thought was pretty cool, and it might be useful, so stay tuned for that real quickly. So, some of you guys have probably been wondering what this is, how to turn it on. Obviously, once you have the power turned on after, you know, doing that challenge in the beginning there, that will automatically turn on. Now, what it is, it's a secret route that, well, not really a secret route, but it's kind of like a cheap route to get to the other laboratory from here. So, I'm going to go ahead and use it for you guys so that you can see it. You pay 500, it's a sewer pipe, and it just brings you all the way through, kind of like a maniac. You know, you're like drowning or whatever, and you're just falling to the bottom of the ocean, but bam, you're now at the laboratory, and you can also do it the other way around. Just go back to it, boom, you're automatically going back the exact other way. It's a really convenient tool to get out of a situation where you might be in a huge-ass train, the zombies might be about to kill you. Use that to get out of there, you're safe. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. And other than that, thanks for watching. My name is Total Sickness 22, and until next time, stay safe, enjoy your day, and remember, keep it real.